Hello everyone, it's the Film Whisperer here. Welcome back to my channel, or if you're just meeting me for the first time, welcome. I have an amazing project that I can't wait to share with you. I completed this project quite a few months ago actually, but I feel like now is the right time to share it. If any of you like what I do and believe in what I do, I would greatly appreciate anything that you can give me. You can either, donate to me via Cash, it's an app, or donate to me via Venmo. And listen, you can just give me whatever you can. Whether it's $1, $5, $3, $10, anything that you can give me. And you know what? If you're also broke too and you can't give me anything, that's fine. All I want you to do is just like the video and subscribe. Some of you all may be wondering why I do not have a Patreon page. The reason why I don't have a Patreon page is because, well, I know that for a Patreon page to be in existence, I need to promise you all like a certain amount of content every now and then, while also giving some exclusive stuff to patrons. I'm just not in a position in my life right now to be able to promise that to any of you. I have school, I have work, and I have life. So that's why, if you can give me anything via Venmo, or if you can give me anything via Cash, or just, give a thumbs up and like and subscribe, that can also be good. I appreciate anything that I can get. And I hope that you all appreciate the work that I do for you and the projects that I make for you. I have so many more projects on the way, and I cannot wait to share them all with you. I want to talk with you all about my edits that I made of The Protector. Yes, that's right. Just like with Rumble in the Bronx, I actually made 2 different edits of The Protector. So before I start describing them, what is The Protector? Well, The Protector was Jackie Chan's second American film, after, of course, the failure of Battle Creek Brawl. However, unlike the final product of Battle Creek Brawl, Jackie Chan just could not tolerate the final version of The Protector, at least how it was released in American cinemas. Jackie himself was just so embarrassed that he came to an agreement with Golden Harvest that for the Asian market, he would re-edit the film while also filming some extra action sequences and an entire subplot involving new actors or just extended roles for actors that were already in the film. He also dubbed the movie entirely into Cantonese because he didn't like the slang, also the dialogue that Glickenhaus was making him speak. If I remember correctly, I think that Jackie Chan described what Glickenhaus wanted as basically for him to be a Dirty Harry type of character. Also, last but not least, he removed what he basically felt was unnecessary nudity. As far as the last action sequence in the film goes, he replaced all of those scenes of naked women putting drugs in melons with actual workers in lab coats putting drugs in melons. One of the other interesting things I wanted to point out about Jackie Chan's edit, as you can see here in this time comparison that I put up, even though Jackie Chan's version has more action sequences plus an entire subplot put into the film, his version still ended up being roughly the same length as the US Glickenhaus version. Now, of course, I understand that there are differences that need to be taken into consideration, such as opening and closing credits. Nonetheless, his version is still the same length or even shorter depending on the source that you have. Now, how did Jackie Chan manage to do this? Well, one of the biggest problems in the original Glickenhaus version is just how horribly paced it is. There are just so many shots in the Glickenhaus version that just linger for no reason at all. So, for example, right before the Laura Shapiro fashion party scene, there's a shot that lingers outside in the Glickenhaus version for like 20 whole seconds. And Jackie Chan decided to cut it down to 4 seconds. I mean, you don't need to linger out there for 20 whole seconds. Another prominent example is when Jackie and Danny are going to Li Hing's boat. The sequence in the original Glickenhaus version, it's so unnecessarily long and it zooms in on all of these random people for no reason. Whereas Jackie Chan just cut it short. He's just like, okay, so we're on the boat and we get there and we go. There are numerous examples of this, but I'm just showing you some prominent examples. And by the way, if you would like to just maybe watch the original Glickenhaus version, just for comparison, I understand that the rights might be different depending on the country that you are in, but I know that at least in North America, you can actually watch the Glickenhaus version in high definition on Google Play. By the way, some of you may have noticed from this list that there's a third official edit to this movie, and that is, of course, the Japanese extended version. Now, what is the Japanese extended version? Well, it's basically an extended version of Jackie Chan's edit. It does use many of the scenes and alternate takes that Jackie used, but it also includes some scenes that Jackie Chan cut from his edit. Another thing about the Japanese edit is that it actually has a unique mono track in that for the scenes taking place in New York, it's actually in English, but it also features like a unique mix of the score and sound effects. And the Japanese version also has an exclusive scene, which I will talk about later. But for all scenes taking place in Hong Kong, in the Japanese edit, it uses the Cantonese mono track. Okay, so let's get right into it, and let me just describe my edits to you. Yes, that's right. I made 2 different versions of this movie. One is the Film Whisperer Clean edit. The other is the Film Whisperer Dirty edit. The Dirty edit contains the nudity that Jackie Chan objected to, while the Clean edit does not have that nudity, and it also uses the alternative scenes that Jackie Chan decided to film for his edit of the movie. My edits basically combine the best of both worlds, so to speak. I use the Cantonese audio for the scenes that Jackie Chan filmed, although there is this one scene where a cop talks to Jackie Chan. In the Japanese edit, Jackie Chan actually speaks English here. Both the cop and Jackie speak English to each other. In Jackie Chan's edit, they speak Cantonese, but I actually used the Japanese audio, which was in English for this one part. As you can see here by the time comparison, my clean edit is actually a few minutes shorter than the Japanese edit, whereas my dirty edit is just a few minutes longer. As I mentioned earlier, when Jackie Chan made his edit, he vastly improved the pacing of this movie. And I edited this movie to basically be paced just like the Japanese version. I mean, of course, yes, I did include some scenes that were excluded from Jackie Chan's edit, but nonetheless, I actually added my own touch to a lot of sequences. So for example, like the boat chase scene, I trimmed that drastically while also even going as far as to speed up some footage. I decided not to include the scene where Jackie Chan asks a random pedestrian where the crook went. The reason why I did not include it is because, it just doesn't look like the rest of the setting. And, it was just clearly a reshoot. And it also kind of makes Jackie's character look a little incompetent. I mean, it's like, if you didn't run into that pedestrian, then would he have actually caught the crook? And also, my edit actually does include the funeral for Jackie's partner. I don't know why Jackie decided to delete this scene. I felt like he should not have deleted it, so I decided to keep it. Many of the action sequences that take place in the film, I would say basically with the exception of the boat chase, I also decided to edit it just like Jackie Chan's version. So for example, in the fight scene in the massage parlor, in both the clean and dirty edits, as soon as the masseuses, look at each other and say, okay, it's time to kill him, I seamlessly transition the audio from the Glickenhaus version to the Cantonese version, and I also make use of some of Jackie Chan's alternative takes. I definitely feel like Jackie Chan did the right thing in making some of the action sequences a little more tightly paced. And so I just decided to use the Cantonese audio, and you can even pretend that Danny Aiello speaks a little bit of Cantonese. And I also did the same thing for when they are in the massage parlor manager's office. I seamlessly transition from the Glickenhaus audio to the Cantonese audio while making use of some of Jackie Chan's alternative angles. And I even do that whole slow motion thing where he makes the gun fly in the air and catches it. I also decided to do the same thing for when Jackie Chan chases the massage parlor manager throughout the harbor. I seamlessly transition from the Glickenhaus audio to the Cantonese audio, and I make use of some of his alternative takes while also putting my own little touch on things here and there. I didn't use all of Jackie Chan's alternative takes. However, there's this one part in all three versions of the movie where Jackie Chan, he catches up to the massage parlor manager guy, and yet somehow the massage parlor manager escapes. But, he escapes in a way that makes Jackie Chan look so incompetent. He hesitates, then he pulls out a knife, and then hesitates before throwing it, then he jumps onto another boat. I edited it to make it look like he pulled out his knife too fast and threw it fast enough, just so that it doesn't make Jackie Chan look so incompetent. One of the other things I did, as I said, I used the original Glickenhaus audio wherever I could. And in the scene where, Jackie and Danny are talking to Li Hing, there's a part where Li Hing says to Jackie, contact me tomorrow. Stan will know where to find me. Stan is this guy sitting right there. Now, what I decided to do was I took a little bit of the audio from earlier in the movie where he says the name of his daughter, Su Ling. And I decided to dub the man so that instead of him saying Stan will know where to find me, he says Su Ling will know where to find me. The reason why I dub it is because later on in the film, Jackie Chan meets with Su Ling. He does not meet with Stan. And to be honest, I think there's a very good chance that had I not told any of you about this, you probably wouldn't have noticed that I actually dubbed someone. So anyways, as I mentioned earlier, there is a scene that is exclusive to only the Japanese version of the movie that I include. It's basically a scene of Benny Guarucci talking to David Ho after David Ho picks him up from the airport. Yeah, and there's really not much to say about it, but I just figured it was nice to include it. It's just so amazing when you compare the original Glickenhaus version to Jackie Chan's version. He managed to add more substance to the movie and yet still make his version of the movie basically the exact same length as the original Glickenhaus version. So yes, I include those extra action sequences. I include the subplot. I decided to not keep the Glickenhaus fortune teller scene. I kid you not, in the original Glickenhaus version, Jackie Chan and Su Ling, they meet some fortune teller who basically gives them the answer to all of their questions. Helps them solve the case. A freaking fortune teller, I kid you not. Seriously. However, because I deleted that fortune teller sequence, I had to slightly edit the conversation that all the good guys have later on a boat before they raid Harold Koh's drug lab. There is a part in the original Glickenhaus version where Su Ling says, "The fortune teller said that the exchange will be happening tonight." Well, what I did was I simply deleted her saying that, and I cut to Jackie saying, So we have to break in and get the girl out before that can happen. So basically the scene is like this. Danny Aiello is saying, like, I saw Benny Grucci go into the containers. I suspect that he was going in there to check on Laura Shapiro, before making an exchange with Co. And then it just cuts to Jackie saying, so we have to break in and get the girl out before that can happen. And it's all very seamless. And of course, last but not least, there's the final action sequence in the movie. Has a terrific one-on-one fight scene with Jackie Chan versus Bill Superfoot Wallace. His character's name, of course, is Benny Grucci. If you watch this scene in the original Glickenhaus version, you will notice that it is so slow-paced, it is so predictable, and it makes Jackie Chan look incompetent. So what Jackie Chan did was he did a whole bunch of reshoots for this fight scene while still making use of some of the other footage from the Glickenhaus version. I mean, he didn't refilm the whole fight scene, but he did a lot of reshoots for it. Now, in my edit, what I decided to do was I edited it just like the way Jackie Chan did, while of course using the Cantonese audio. So it has like those old school sound effects and everything. I'm not going to deny, visually speaking, you will see the difference between the reshoots and the original Glickenhaus shots. But nonetheless, I think it actually kind of serves as a pretty good educational video to show you, okay, where are the reshoots and, what are the original shots. Now, after the little one-on-one fight, when Jackie Chan takes on a whole bunch of thugs, I still continue using the original Glickenhaus footage. I did put some of my own twist on it. I didn't use all of the alternative shots that Jackie Chan used here. And then last but not least, there's the action sequence in Harold Coe's shipping yard where, Jackie Chan's trying to chase after Harold Coe while Harold Coe gets in his helicopter and everything. Now, I felt that in both the Glickenhaus version and in Jackie Chan's version, this scene was far too slow-paced. I made it go so much faster, and I made it much more exciting. I'm not going to go into all the details and how I did it, but let's just say I made it work, and I made it much better. And last but not least, what I included at the end of the film are the outtakes end credits. These are exclusive to the Japanese version of the movie. And here they are being presented to you in high definition. Yes, that's right, high definition. And of course, the Chip Taylor song, which is called One Up for the Good Guys, plays, just like it does in the Glickenhaus version. In Jackie Chan's edit, it just has like the Protector theme playing, like ba 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 ba. But of course, during the outtakes end credits, it has like that Chip Taylor song, like, if there's one thing you do not do to a protector, you don't make him mad. Yes, those are the actual lyrics to the song. So anyways, yeah, that's my edit in a nutshell. I didn't want to bog you down with too many details, but I would like to leave you all with just a few more bits of information. First of all, if you all are curious about my sources for creating this edit are the German Blu-ray by Splendid and the 2014 Japanese Blu-ray. The German Blu-ray from Splendid has the Glickenhaus version as well as two different versions of Jackie Chan's edit. It has an upscaled version and a standard definition PAL speed version. I actually make use of a little bit of audio from the upscaled version of Jackie Chan's edit. But visually, all of it comes from the Glickenhaus version on the Splendid Blu-ray, as well as the 2014 Japanese Blu-ray, the Japanese version, of course. As you can see, the high-definition Japanese version does have burnt-in Japanese subtitles. However, they are vertical and they are printed mostly on the side of the screen. So therefore, those subtitles will not get in the way of anything. I admit that sometime in the future, I might try to perhaps cover up those subtitles. But for now, I think that all of this will suffice. One of the great things about the Splendid Blu-ray is that on the Glickenhaus version, it actually has the original 2.0 stereo track without any of those, Fortune Star follies. As some of you might be familiar with how Fortune Star, makes a whole lot of changes to the sound effects and how they like mix the music and dialogue and everything. But this is straight up, all of the original audio. As for the Cantonese audio, the vast majority of it comes from an uncompressed scan of the Japanese Laserdisc. And as I told you all before, the Japanese version had a unique mix for their edit, and it's very high quality. However, as I said earlier, I did combine a little bit of audio from the upscaled version of Jackie Chan's edit from the German Blu-ray. What I also did was I took a little bit of audio from the Universe Laserdisc. And when I say Universe Laserdisc, I'm talking about the Universe Laser DVD. The reason why I did it is because it kind of sort of has its own unique Cantonese track, so to speak, but it's also very clear. Like, it doesn't sound so muffled. I used it in a few places, such as in the scene where they fight, in the massage parlor manager's office, as well as like during the part where Jackie smashes those vases on top of Benny Garucci's head. So anyways, that's my edit. I understand that there is a new Blu-ray coming out soon by 88 Films. Holy crap, that is some amazing artwork. It is a British Region B Blu-ray. Some people are saying that this will be the first time that the Glickenhaus version of The Protector will be truly remastered in high definition. I have to admit that if the Glickenhaus version on the German Blu-ray was an upscale, it certainly doesn't look like it to me. However, I have since sold my Japanese Blu-ray as well as my Splendid Blu-ray. I have to admit that I kind of regret doing that. I kind of would, in fact, like to buy these Blu-rays again. And when I say these Blu-rays, I'm talking about the 88 Films version as well as the Japanese version. And as much as I would actually like to buy these Blu-rays again, I am kind of broke. So anyways, you all, that's it. The download link is actually in the description. I just want to apologize for the fact that this video doesn't really show you a whole lot of, visual and audio examples. The reason why I decided to keep those out of this video is because I don't want my video to get blocked. I don't really care about any of these videos being demonetized. I am not in any position in my life right now to depend on any income from YouTube, but I certainly do not want these videos to be blocked, because if these videos are blocked, then, well, you won't be able to see them, which means you won't be able to watch my edits, and that would make me and probably you all very sad. But please download them. Make sure that you clear some space on your computer. These edits are around 16 to 17 gigabytes. Oh, by the way, yes, I forgot to mention that I am also including a behind-the-scenes featurette. It was available on the German Blu-ray by Splendid. All I did was I simply translated the German subtitles into English. It's kind of special. It's basically just some Cantonese guy, speaking and saying like, "Oh, look at that, that's so funny," or "Oh, look at that, that's so dangerous," or "so cool." These are MKVs, and therefore, if you're going to download them on your computer, I absolutely suggest that you download VLC. By the way, one of the things I forgot to tell you is that, yes, I do include subtitles in my edit. The default subtitles in both edits are English for foreign parts only, but I also happen to have English for all dialogue. Thank you, and enjoy The Protector, the Film Whisperer edits. Hope you all have a great day. Bye!